Hello everyone. I'm here to tell you a little bit about immigration. Um, Definitely, people don't like, for some reason or another, where they live. So they look for a better life, a different country. And yes, a lot of immigrants come here to America, crossing the border. It is illegal and definitely not right. Or is it right? I'm not the one to be able to judge, because definitely people look for a better life, and it's not right or wrong to look for it, right? So for many years, one way or another, Hispanics have been crossing the American border, and they have not been stopped. Definitely, they put a huge wall, and people are still coming to America. Somehow, they should be stopped. And yes, I definitely agree with that, because there's a couple reasons, like safety for them and for people who live here. Um, People just want to come here to work, and I'm gonna talk about a little bit about safety. Um, some people talk safety is a hard issue, because people who live here think they shouldn't be crossing, and people who live over there, they want to cross. And since they can be stopped, people who live here try to stop it somehow, one way or another. And that's where it can be a little dangerous for everyone, pretty much. Um, Definitely, immigrants have a huge role in this country, because they do a lot of different jobs. People who have a college degree won't do those jobs. Immigrants do the kind of jobs that no one wants to do, like janitors, um, gardeners, any kind of jobs, pretty much, cooks at restaurants. Now tell me someone who's going to do that job with a college degree or a master's degree. Pretty much no one wants to do those kind of jobs. And sometimes when they're immigrants, they get paid less. Definitely paid less. They don't get paid minimum wage. They get paid $7, maybe six. And the reason they do it is because they're here to work, and they can do anything about it. If they want a job and they have that chance, they'll take it no matter how much they get paid. I don't know if you guys seen people outside of Home Depot. They have, like, they'll give them $40 to work the whole day. They'll do anything, construction, whatever kind of job you guys give them, they'll take it. I don't know if you guys seen Family Guy. Peter Griffin finds out he's not a citizen, and the only jobs he can do is housekeeping. He works at a farm picking out fruit and stuff like that. Those are the jobs that immigrants do, pretty much. They don't get a contract, they don't have much rights. And overtime. Overtime is pretty simple. It's just more hours, but the same pay. I don't know if you guys know, farmers get paid per basket or bucket. So every bucket of fruit they get filled up, they get like 50 cents back. I don't think it's right, but they are here to work. Um, America saves a lot of money, actually, on on paying people like this. Um, According to CNN, there's about 12 million illegal immigrants right here in America. And only 3 million, actually, that's a fourth, that's a lot of people, right here in California. Um, if no one does these jobs, what are we going to do with 12 million jobs? Who's going to do them? I'm pretty sure not a lot of Americans would like to do cooks. They wouldn't like to be cooks. They wouldn't like to work at a farm, even if they went to high school or college. Like, that's a little not what they want. So a lot of people say it's bad for immigrants to be here in America. I don't know I don't know how bad it is if they do the dirty jobs no one wants to do. So that's another thing. Like, why not be here if no one wants to do those jobs? Also, some immigrants don't decide or they don't pick to live here. There's a case that I watched in National Geographic. Maria, this Salvadorian girl, her mother brought her here. Her mother died, and she has no family in El Salvador. So what happens to her? She's not a citizen. She's not legal here. But what should America do? Should they kick them out? Kick her out? Well, there you go. It's pretty hard sometimes to decide if immigrants should be here or not. So the question will be for actually America, or you guys, everybody. Should immigrants be here, or should they get kicked out? When a lot of times America is saving money by how much immigrants pay for you. All right, thank you.
All right, Justin, what did you think?
Well, his voice was very well projected. He had very constant eye contact with the audience. It seemed like he knew what he was talking about. During the intro, he kind of stumbled a little, and he repeated like the same thing. Very few citations. I think he could have like found more information, or at least cited them. But overall, it was well. I enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah, I think there some things that you've got going for you are pretty good. You do a nice job talking to the audience. Your voice is steady and confident while you're speaking most of the time. You seem involved. You gesture appropriately. I'm just not sure I know what you're saying, because sometimes it sounds like you're saying, well, we've got to do something to control this, and sometimes it sounds like you're saying, well, we don't really need to do anything to control it because we get a benefit from it. Sometimes it's there's this question about safety. I don't have any idea what the safety issue is. You've raised it as a point, but there's not really much discussion of it. And then later on there's some economic arguments, but the economic arguments are mostly based on a series of questions. Well, who would want to do those jobs? You know, we've got the example, you know, you've got Peter Griffin doing these jobs from the cartoon, and I'm not exactly sure that that's, you know, really substantive proof on the argument that you're talking about. The one citation that you had was really just about the number of illegal or undocumented immigrants that are here. You had an example that raised an interesting quandary and a value question about the Salvadoran girl whose mother brought her here, and then she died, and what's our situation in here? Well, that's a good value question, but I didn't really get an answer. I don't know what your position on it is. It just seems like you raised a lot of questions, and asking questions is fine, but a persuasive speech is an attempt to convince people that the answer you have is the one that they ought to subscribe to, and I don't think that you really do very much in regard to that. All right, thank you.